All right, so my son and my husband and I went, I didn't do very much, they did most of it, but we went and got iron ore rocks for my flower bed. So a big old load right there, and we have a few in my husband's truck. We decided we needed four-wheel drive, so we had to come back and get my son's truck. So now we're going to work on the flower beds, and I told my son this was my Mother's Day present, him just going to get rocks for me. He liked that idea. My husband's got the irrigation from our pond set up this year. This is a new one of his projects he's been working on. And this is the maiden voyage, so he's trying to work on getting it, make sure it's all running right, and then he'll get it programmed. We've got sprinklers out front too. I'm hitting the wind chimes. I'd show you the front, but I'm gonna get wet. It's gonna be really good. It reaches all the way over to that bed and my asparagus bed. Comes on around and just barely gets a little bit under this awning, but it gets the complete garden. And like I say, this is an irrigation project that he is pumping water from our pond, so it will also be a good nutrient resource for our garden. These are the front ones, and he's trying to get it programmed where he can do each station, and then that way it will give us more pressure, because there's some that's going on in our back pasture while these are going, which is pulling some of the water pressure away from these. So, and we have a valve in there where we can turn the garden off and just water the front, or water all three of them together. The front and the garden together. We just completed my rock bed up here, my flower bed. We got these rocks, so we got them placed today. We got the rocks in the middle place, and then there's a little half semicircle at the other end. I'll show you that one. But we got all these placed today, so we're getting, this is part 2 of our project. The third part will be our house painted and getting these rose bushes planted and mulched. And we're also getting a pallet of Saint Augustine grass this weekend. That's actually a semicircle coming out away from those cross ties. We got that completed today. Lad's checking out his sprinklers. And we've got another little rock semicircle right there, and a little path going into the garden, and then we're going to put Saint Augustine all on these bare spots. And we need to weed eat. So big projects we got completed this year. One more phase done. We've got the Saint Augustine sod in. We're watering it. We're going to go get just a little bit. We put black cow manure up underneath it before we planted it, and we're going to get just a little bit more to kind of feather out these edges from the sod to the existing grass. We're watering it now. Trying not to get wet here. It goes all the way down to over here. We had about 10 or 15 squares left over out of a pallet. Those went in front of my deck back there in the back by my greenhouse. And then we had about 5 or 6 squares that went in a little patch up here in the front yard that needed some grass on it. Lad and Logan helped me. We all worked together, but they helped me. They put out the sod and I got it off the pallet and handed it to them. So we all worked together to get this little project completed, and this is another one of my Mother's Day gifts. Happy, happy, happy.